Okay, hello there, boys and girls. Today I couldn't be with you, so we're going to be working on this Christmas drawing with your substitute. And this is one of our folding Christmas drawings. We haven't done one of these for a while, but when I fold it, I have like this little cute picture of a tiny little Christmas tree and a couple presents. But then the big surprise is that when you open it, you have all this like hidden Christmas magic stuff underneath here with all these little Christmas elves, and the tree has a face and all this kind of neat stuff. So let's first look about how we're going to fold this project. Now I may have some of these papers already folded for you, but it's really not too hard. It's just two folds. So I'm going to start with my piece of white paper. I'm going to bring, I have two papers here. I'm going to bring the top down, and I'm not looking for it to be perfect. I just don't want it to be sloppy. I'm going to take this edge and bring it down till it just meets the bottom edge. And once you have it nice, go ahead, fold down that top. And now while it's folded, I'm going to put my hand inside here, and I'm going to bring this top, or this piece down, piece, bring it up here towards what is folded. So I now should have kind of like this little part where I can put my hand in here, and when you open it and close it, I should see at the top here there's one, two skinny pieces, and this big bottom section. So when I am working on it, I know some of you are probably going to like take it and show it to all your friends. I should have two skinny pieces at the top, kind of pops up like a little tent here, and then this big section at the bottom. Make sure you have it that way. Okay, let's start our drawing. So first thing I want to do for my drawing, let's just look at this now, is I'm going to hold it closed, and I'm using my Sharpie today. You guys might be using something else, but if we have Sharpies and they're working, this is what we're going to use. I'm going to draw my little Christmas tree, and the big tip is that you don't want anything on this top middle section to come down onto here. We want to kind of keep them separate for right now. So I'm going to draw a triangle starting on that fold, not below it. And this is going to be my little Christmas tree. So I have my triangle. I didn't draw a bottom. I'm going to leave it empty, no bottom. At the top, you can put some sort of decoration. If you're doing a star, I have like a little V. And then I always think about it kind of like Patrick. He has his two little legs, two little arms, and a pointy head. And I'm not going to do a lot of decorations right now because this is supposed to be like a really simple tree. So I have these two little circle ornaments. And then for the rest of my drawing right now, I'm going to go below this fold. So I'm going to draw the tree trunk. And the tree trunk looks pretty big right now. I know it's kind of big for what we're doing here, but that's okay. And I'm going to put the bottom of the tree trunk. And I think mine's going to be outside in the snow, so I've got like just like a little round mound of snow at the top. Okay, let's open it up. So, boom. Now, everything else is going to happen inside here. And if we do it right, they won't be able to see it until we open it up. So, let's take a look at this. Here's my first little thing that I need you all to do. At the bottom with the tree trunk, to make sure that they don't see anything poking out when this is all folded up, I'm going to make my tree trunk just a little bit longer. So I just added just a little bit extra onto there. And this is where I can draw the bottom of my tree. And so I might make it a little zigzaggy, I might make it a little wavy, whatever you want to do. And I'm making sure that that is hidden underneath there. That's why I made that tree trunk just a little bit taller. Okay, you ready to connect these two? So I'm going to bring my tree trunk down just a little bit, just like I did with the tree, or my tree trunk, the top of my tree down just a little bit like I did with the tree trunk. And then I'm going to do two lines going in towards the middle. And then I'm going to do my diagonal lines going out towards the edge of my paper. There's one set. Do it again. In, go down, go down. And you can maybe do that again. I need to extend mine a little bit, so I go in and down. And if I need to connect these, I can connect those right there. Looks pretty good. Let's check it. Looks good. Okay, let's open it up and let's do the inside. The first thing I want to do is my Christmas tree is going to be alive. So I'm going to give it 2 eyes. So I have 2 circles. And inside those circles, I'm going to do the type of eyes where it's got a white circle that's left white, and the rest of my eye is shaded black. If you have a different way of doing eyes, you want to do it differently, you can do it a different way. But I just left like a white circle near the top and shaded the rest in black. And then for my mouth, I'm going to go ahead and do like a straight line. And I'm going to do a U inside there. And I know some of you might still be like shading your eyes or something. So if you need to, you can pause the video, take a break, make sure you're all caught up before we move on. Sometimes I talk a lot, so that gives you a chance to catch up. So inside the mouth, now I'm going to go ahead and move on the inside. I'm going to draw like a little tongue down here. It's a little curve and a little straight line across the top for the teeth. And then I can shade this part inside here. So I just go up and down, being nice and neat, taking my time, filling that in so it's colored in black. If you want to do that later, you can do that later when we're coloring it with either crayons, maybe markers, we'll see. Okay, that looks pretty good. So let's work on the inside of the tree. Now, we want to be careful that we don't ruin this surprise. So you see this fold here. Everything I'm doing in the tree has to take place underneath that top little skinny section. So I might add like underneath that fold, maybe there's going to be some ribbon going around my tree. So I'm just drawing some wavy lines the whole way across to make it like a band of ribbon. You can put like little circles on that ribbon if you want to. You can do that later too. Maybe it looks like little bells. I don't know. I think Christmas drawings are always really colorful, so the more places or more details I add, the more places I have to do color later on. Maybe on the Christmas tree, I do some other ornaments. So I could do maybe one of these circles is his nose. That's funny. I could do some round ornaments. I could also hide in here some candy canes. The candy cane is like an upside down letter J. I just do 2 J's, one little one, one big one, and add all the stripes. So you can do a couple of those. It's an upside down J, 2 of them, one inside the other, and some stripes. I'm being careful that none of my decorations or anything that I'm drawing right now is going above this fold into this top little section or below the bottom of my tree. I don't want anything down there right now either. Okay, I'm going to keep moving on. Hope you're all doing okay with this. If you need to pause it, you can pause it. Okay, let's do these little elves along the edge of our tree. So maybe the elves are the ones adding all this Christmas magic. So I'm going to do 3 elves. So each elf has their little head. They're peeking behind here, or from behind here. So it's like a half circle, kind of poking from behind the tree. I'm being careful not to get too close to the top, this fold right here. And I'm just going to do one elf at a time at this point. So my elves have maybe the same kind of eyes that we did for our tree. So it's like a little black circle with a little white circle inside of it. And maybe we can see just a little bit of their mouth. and maybe 2 pointy ears. Kind of looks like Yoda, little baby Yoda. For a hat, this could either be their hair or it could be the bottom of their hat. I do like a little bumpy line there. And then I can do kind of like a little triangle hat, pointy hat with a little ball in it. Let me move that in there closer so you can kind of see what I did there. So you can see I did the 2 eyes and the mouth, gave him some little ears, and then a pointy hat with a circle on top. So we're going to go ahead along and do that to the rest of them. So eyes, and you can be doing this at your own pace because here pretty soon I'm going to stop the video and then let you add your own details. Ears, pointy hat. Make sure, I keep saying this, do not ruin the surprise. Nothing is poking up above this line here. If it does, no big deal. But that's how the surprise drawing has always worked really well. Ears. And if you want to change yours at all, you can make yours different. If you don't want ears or if you don't want certain things or whatever. I also like to make it look, oh, I forgot about this. I like to make it look like they're holding on to the tree. They're not just poking their heads out here. So I just put a little curve right there, like 2 little mittens on the tree. So it's just like a U shape. It's like a little curve. Make their little mittens or little hands hold them onto the tree. Looks good. Now from then on, this is up to you. You can add all these other details later if you want to. Sometimes I like to fold it back up and I decorate my sky with like snowflakes, like little circle snowflakes. Or sometimes I do a mixture. I do snowflakes like this and then I do the ones that are kind of like an X with a little plus inside. And I like to change the sizes of all of them. So sometimes I do a big one, sometimes I do a medium one. And you can add all kinds of details to this. So at this point, you could probably turn this off, add your own details, think about how you're going to color it. Maybe there's Christmas presents on here under the tree. When we're all done, we have kind of a neat picture that we can color. And we can open and close it to kind of have our surprise. So here's what it looks like when it's folded. And here's what it looks like when it's open. I'm going to leave these right here so you can copy these. I hope you do a good job. I hope you take your time. And then I hope you do a real nice job coloring these so you have something neat to take home with you when you're done. All right. Take care, everybody.